Hey everyone, how's it going? First of all, I'm gonna apologize for my voice a bit. It's a bit raspy. I have really bad allergies and they're in full flight this season so far. But I'm making this video because over the weekend I had three cars come in and one of them had a leak at their oil filter cap, and that's fairly common if you mess up the O-ring on there when you're putting it on, you twist it all bunch and it causes it to leak. So I pulled the cap off to straighten it out. And what I found was an STP oil filter. Now, normally STP is fine. There's really nothing wrong with STP. But what I had found was that the filter was crushed and it was shaped like an hourglass, like if the bottom, middle, and top. That can't be filtering very well. And this isn't the first time I've come across an issue with a filter. Years ago, I was in the middle of doing this oil cooler retrofit, and I could not get access to the man filters I normally use. More on that in a minute. So I bought a Fram premium filter, which was actually $8 more than the Fram, and I don't have any pictures of it anymore. But when I took it apart, 3,000 miles later to change it because I didn't like the idea, the filter fell apart, like it was in pieces. Luckily, nothing got damaged on my engine, but and then literally, the creepy part is a year later on another customer's car, I open up the oil filter cap and I find this. And he tells me that this is a CarQuest premium oil filter. And it was in pieces when I pulled, like this piece was on the cap and I was like, gotta get, the parts of it are missing. This is actually straight. So pieces of this oil filter were in his engine. Like if you pulled his oil cap off, just like this. If you see how clean it is in there, it's contested oil that I use. But yeah, you could see pieces of the oil filter on top of his camshaft cover, or what's that called? Oh man, brain fart. The cam bearings. Yes. You could see pieces of oil filter bits on the cam bearings, and his engine had developed a ticking sound because one of the lifters probably got clogged from dirt. Luckily, we were able to do an emergency flush, and we were able to flush out all that crap, and his lifter primed back up, and it's been fine since. But Lord knows if there's any other damage done to the engine, besides increased wear. But I've seen this at least 7 times with different filters, different manufacturers, but I haven't seen it yet with the man filters, which here's ones that I normally use. Right? Man or BMW. And BMW filters are made by man. So what I'm trying to get at here is when you guys pick your oil filter, do your oil changes, and you got to go pick an oil filter out. From what I've seen I've probably done at least 35 oil changes on this engine. Not this particular one, but all the ones I've worked on. Please get the man or the BMW ones. I don't care about brand preference or what oil you use, whatever. That's all on you guys. But I'm seeing a lot of issues with the aftermarket oil filters, and the reason that is because when BMW made this oil filter housing, they own the patent for the filter that goes inside here. So when another company besides MAN decides to make the filter, they have to change the design a bit. And when they do that, they'll either make it longer, shorter, narrower, different materials. They'll do whatever they like. The OEM Man one doesn't have these plastic caps on it. It's all like it's part of the. It's like that fiber. So I don't have a new one to show you. I'm sure you can look it up online. You can see what I'm talking about. The STP oil filter that was crushed in here was a 1/4 inch longer than the other one. And this isn't just with BMW. Like with my Ford Power Stroke, it's the same thing. If you don't use the OEM filter, Motorcraft filter, because Ford owns that part, that filter design, they own that patent. Any other company that makes it has to change it, otherwise they infringe on patents. And same thing with this. So aftermarket filters don't fit right, and they can't because there's nothing they can do. So when it comes down to it, guys, pick the MAN or the BMW ones. I don't care. Either of those ones will work fine, but do not put aftermarket oil filters in these cars because I've seen way too many issues with them already. And it's becoming more and more prevalent as these cars are getting older. They're getting cheaper. So more younger people, not just young people, but more people are starting to be able to afford them, and they'll just pick up whatever they can find at Fleet Farm or AutoZone or what have you. So you can get these MAM filters on Amazon, or you can pick them up at Advanced Auto Parts in the United States here. I don't know about other countries. I don't know if any got any subscribers that watch from overseas. But Amazon has them. Otherwise, I'm sure you could find them if you just Google search. But please use those filters because it's getting bad. As far as everything else, not a whole lot else going on. I've just been doing a lot of work on other people's cars. I haven't really been doing much with mine. I just opened the hood so you could show you what that cap looks like. If there's anything else you guys need to see or want to learn how it's done, please let me know in comments or whatever, or even message me. I'm not a stranger to talking, so because I'd like to help out everybody. I have almost 400 subscribers now. I mean, when I started this channel 2 years ago, I never even thought that would happen. So if there's anything you guys like to see, please let me know, and I'll make a video on it when I get another guy's car. Because I don't need to do anything on my car. Mine's all kept up. But if another guy comes in and says, hey, need a transmission fluid done or whatever, I can take a video and I can show you guys how that's done. So that's just one example. But yeah, I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And again, as always, thanks for watching, guys.